Hey, everybody, watch me open here. Happy New Year. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to your weekly dose of Marvel card box breaking. Got a special treat for you. The hot fire on the street right now is apparently these Marvel Weis Schwarz trading cards from Japan. It's a trading card game. I don't know a lot about it, but I know somebody that has some and wanted to come on the channel and open them. So you might have seen him before. It's my friend from I Want More Comics in Thornton, Colorado. It's Keith. Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Uh, what made you get these cards?
Well, it said Marvel. That's what started the path. But definitely, like you said, there's a ton of people that were talking about this. I was unaware of them until all of a sudden it kind of popped up, and then I started really looking at the options. I'm familiar with the game Y Shorts. They are one of these trading card games, similar type, in the line of Magic, in the line of Yu-Gi-Oh, in the line of Pokemon, where you're collecting different cards, you're making decks. There's different ways to play the game, but Y Shorts is unique in its area because it's all licensed properties. So they will always turn around, and a real hot set that they've just had recently was Ruby, the Americanized manga that's out there. And there's been some older sets that I've heard of and I'd seen out there, although I didn't collect Batman Ninja, and there was a couple Star Wars sets out there too. So when I heard that this stuff popped, I became very interested. And one of the first questions to come up was, would this get an American release? Because the cards for Y Shorts all come out in Japan first. Then those releases that can come over by licensing will get translated and brought out as English cards. I would have been probably tempted to still buy some Japanese just to have a little bit of that fun there, but I definitely would have been more interested in the English release on it. But it looks like because of licensing, and this makes a lot of sense, that there is a very, very small chance that it will ever come over here to the U.S. as English cards.
Okay. So, to your knowledge, is this the first time they've ever created a Marvel set?
Yeah, I did not see any other Marvel sets that they've done on this. The game's been around for a long, long extended period of time, and in playing trading card games like that and all this, that's more than 5 years. But looking through the different ones, I have never been aware of anything else that they have done on this. I could go digging deep enough and be proven wrong on that, but I am not. I've never seen anything else quite like it.
So, you keep saying, you keep referring to Weiss Schwartz as the game. Is
Mhm.
that the game?
Yes, yeah, the brand
So
and
they have, I guess, a patented signature game. So does that mean that you could potentially play a game with their cards across properties?
yeah, that's my understanding. Again, I've never played the game, but the mechanics and when I was learning about Marvel, I popped into some YouTube videos that were put out. I found a really good content creator, and really wish I remembered his name right now to promote him. But he's very specific to a Y Schwartz channel, and he did an evaluation, and he talked about what the cards were, and he was talking about power level of these cards and playability inside the game, because a lot of the effects that he brought up inside the Marvel set, and how Iron Man interacted or how Venom interacted or anything like that, were similar to what other cards had done inside the game and how the power level works. So again, attacks, defenses, playing out cards on a turn, that's the game system. That's the overall umbrella mechanic. And then from inside that, they come out with different what are called sets. It's a great word for it here and all this, but different blocks of these cards that turn around and have their own, flavor to them. Again, specific towards whatever the license is, but are interoperable. And it potentially, I know that there is benefits to some cards if you're playing all Marvel cards in your deck. Like they get bonuses for other Marvel cards being in play, for other things on inside your deck. I learned that from watching the videos, all the way up to that you could make a deck that was just blended and mixed of all these different ones, and maybe a little less synergy, but maybe just high powered cards.
Right. Okay, great. Well, we'll be sure to post some links in the description about the game and where to get these cards if you're interested. But so we're going to open a box of these tonight, right?
Yeah, well, let's have a blast with this.
Okay.
They're impressive. I really, really like the cards.
So you've already started to open some.
I've tested out, and there's two things, and what I do have here. I'm gonna kind of turn away from our main camera just so my zoom's a little bit different here. The game comes in two basic products that you can get. One is a booster box, booster packs inside of this, 16 packs to a box and all this. And then there's also a starter deck. And so the starter deck is meant to be, playable, ready to go kind of idea right away. But what's unique and what I learned and why I had to buy this is because the cards that are in the starter deck are not in the box.
Okay.
There may be similar stuff, but there is definitely unique things. And we've even seen that there is one of the biggest things you're going to learn about opening this is rarity, because not all cards come out in the same kind of levels. It's very similar to say like SPs, SSPs, high series type stuff. In card games, it's very, very understood, and people use the terminology common cards, uncommon, rares. That's terminology is pretty much universal to every game I've ever seen. This game then gets into RRs, into RRRs, into SRs, and then there are even a couple unique rarities inside just the Marvel game. There is an MR, which is a hit about one per case being 16 boxes. And there's also AVGR rarity, which these are super foiled, higher end versions of cards that you can get at a lower rarity also. So you can get the exact same card, but it'll be different art and different style inside the card. So
Okay. So I'd be a bit naive and foolish if I didn't ask for some of the people watching, but is there a resale market for these cards?
there's definitely a singles market. I've seen that both for all of the things that are in English. You can see a lot of that on some of the mass marketplaces like tcgplayer.com for the English branded ones. And then I've seen some marketplaces in Japan for the ones that are specifically Japanese. I've already looked into a little bit of it, say like, I'm looking to collect a set. What would it take to fill in a missing card and all this? And that may be a little bit trickier. It may not be just as easy as clicking. What I bought and where I went to Amazon Japan specifically to have this shipped over here. And that's not a bad situation to set up an account to be able to work with that and bring it over here. I also planned in my world, I was going to open enough to turn around and do this, but also have some to sell through my store.
Okay, great. Well, let's get cracking.
Yeah, the 16 packs to a box, and what we'll kind of look at very specifically, the first pack as to kind of how it's structured. In addition to your 16 packs, you're going to get a box topper card. So there is one of four characters that you could turn around and get. It's Spider-Man, Captain America, I believe, it's Iron Man, and the one that I'm short on is actually Thor is the last one there, right in front of us here. So these are what are called a promo. Because it's just one of four in top of the side in top of the box, just kind of a bonus card for that. But then inside any of the individual packs that we have here, the 16 of those, the layout inside of the pack is very specific about, like I spoke to, that rarity. So right away you're going to get common cards up front. All of these are of a rarity that like you'll see these cards more than anything, because again, of commons inside this set, there is at least 6 per pack. So
is there a symbology to the rarity of the cards?
So like you'll get there's a card number down here, and they'll be followed up at the end of it like with a C or a U or anything like that to talk about what the rarity, about how often it appears. As far as play mechanics, there are some cards that are characters. You'll see specifically where cards have power levels down here. And then you'll turn around and see also cards that are action cards that do things inside the game.
The print is very fine where you're talking about a card number and then the rarity.
Yeah,
so I don't know if you're able to.
I don't think I can get down to it. No, this is so small. It's like this is 084U. There's a whole bunch of other numbers in front of it that signify the set. Like this card is, so these 5 were commons, and you'll see those quite a bit. Then you turn around and have either 2 or 3 of uncommons. These 2 are uncommons.
And then we get to a rare card. And every one of the rare cards, you'll see how there's that speckle.
I see that.
Every one of them is foil. So everything that is greater than a common or an uncommon has a foiling to it. A shine, a sheen, something really nice about it. And you can see how also the art is just super clean.
Yeah,
on these
great.
sets. There's very little recycled art for what we're used to. There's a couple cards that do use some art that we've seen. There's also one of this type of card at the end of it and all this. There are either CRs for being this rare or CCs for commons, but they function differently in the game. I don't know Again, I don't know the game well enough to know exactly how they function, but they're always a sideways card at the tail end of the set.
Okay.
Now, we're going to be looking because one of the things is that for those cards, remember I said that there are cards better than RR. Well, they actually will come in the middle of the pack. So again, more common cards here. So and here we've got it. This is a foil card in the middle of the pack.
Okay.
See how it's got a sheen? Sorry. This is actually an RR. So anything that's going to be in the middle of the pack that's a foiled card is going to be greater than rare. So these are the ones that there are 4 packs per box that should have at least 4 packs per box that'll have an upgraded card here. So one of the commons is no longer in the set. You're upgraded to an RR card on this. And then we go back to uncommons. And then we still have our rare in there, which is, again, the foil. Same type of thing. So you'll also, when we look at these cards, the quality of the card is amazing. Trading cards are typically printed on material that's very similar to what anybody's used to with bicycle playing cards, right? Like they're meant to be shuffled. They're meant to kind of survive a little bit of that. So what I found on all these cards so far, with a little bit that I've opened, the centering is amazing. The corners are crisp. They're really good looking for that. Now it's our uncommons. And again, another foil here with Wasp. But the presentation on the cards is truly amazing.
Absolutely.
I think that
some really cool images.
If people are interested in grading, like let's kind of making a comparison across the back of these cards here, kind of see where the centering is just spot on.
Yeah.
This is a company that takes a lot of pride and effort into what they produce. It's just really, there. And I think that your characters are heavily, this is almost all exclusively into Marvel movie universe type of characters. You'll find a couple that aren't, that are a little bit beyond, but they know where their bread is buttered, kind of in the fandom with that. It would be there was another fun factor. I'm gonna bring up Paul, good friend of both of ours here. He's already put together a website to sell singles, because one of the big deals is that we expect this to kind of be sold out fairly quickly. There's another one of our RRs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of later on. I'm gonna come back and compare an RR, because, like I said, there are RRs will typically, and everything higher are going to be typically a alternate version of a card that you could have gotten at a lower grade. So they'll have different art. They'll have that foil sheen to it, but they actually functionally inside the game, you could have gotten, say, a cheaper version if you were looking to play one. But Paul built a website with all of these singles is ready to go. Going to bust some boxes. I kind of plan on doing the same thing myself, building some sets of the lower end type stuff, because I think, like, character collection wise, this is also another upgrade here. With another sideways card in the middle of the
deck. Right.
This one's not foil. This just happens to be one of the sideways rare ones. But I think that, again, take somebody who's a Scarlet Witch collector. They'd love to find, additional Scarlet Witch to add to their boxes.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I did check for you. There's no High Revolutionary. We were on the lookout for it just to see if it snuck into the game.
Yeah. I'm not. I can't say I'm not surprised.
A little early. You know, like I would say, like Vulture is probably one of your lesser known kind of characters. I mean, everybody knows who Vulture is, but you know, like popularity wise, but Venom, Carnage, Spider-Man, and you're going to see also that you may have noticed that some of these cards, it's not just one Spider-Man card. Oh, now we've hit a really good one here. So this is a triple R upgraded card. You can see how the shine is a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's not speckled. It's more of a
Patterned.
Yeah.
Checkered.
Almost. Yeah, it's got a wavy cross to it. It's very texturized. You can feel it very easily about that.
Wow.
But that's definitely so. Most of your upgraded cards will just be RRs as opposed to rares. One per box, you should see something like this. That's a high upgrade. You know, it's beyond that kind of level. I keep hoping to hit a box with multiples of those in, but it might just be a little bit greedy. But the set is about, I want to say about 120 cards, you know, and that can include some of the variations, 2 cards also. The biggest hits that you would find would be some of those that actually have a foil stamp, a symbolized foil stamp, like an Avengers team stamp, a Thor hammer, things like that. They're inside that. Like again, I'm gonna show real quickly. Like these are both common cards. They're both Spider-Man. Totally different things inside the game. One guy's got 7,000 power. The other guy's 1,500 power. Totally different types of cards. But for character collectors, again, you're going to see a lot of options for your bigger deal characters. Angry Rocket. And you hit some of the, again, not super mainstream. And this would be one of my examples of somebody who's not MCU yet. Although, I guess Into the Spider-Verse, you can kind of be there, right? But just a lot of really good. Patterning is also a little bit different. Like that spot patterning is on the back part, but not actually on the main character.
Okay.
You kind of catch that in how the foiling is a little bit different there. It's tough to tell on Thor, but it's a blast. I'll also say I think one of the greatest advantages of this is that the boxes are much cheaper than what we're seeing a lot of other sets for. Although the high-end cards almost feel more rare and more of a chase, and then kind of on the level of trying to finish off like SSPs.
Okay.
Some of the bigger sets, but you can have a blast with $100 box. I've seen them as cheap on the Amazon, as like Amazon Japan about 60, but if you're buying an individual box, the shipping really creeps up on you.
Right.
But like I said, I brought enough over here that I plan on probably having them available in the store at about either $89.99 or $99.99. I had to look up how much I paid in shipping to kind of factor that in. But you can have a great deal of variety here. You see how many different characters we've hit, different art poses we've hit for these cards inside just one box without having to totally break the bank.
Absolutely.
Like a metal set, a masterpiece set. Those sets have their place. And I think we've had some really good conversations in groups about how there should be variety. There should be a cheaper option for having fun with Marvel cards, as opposed to it all being about that. Another RR upgrade here.
Okay.
This is a really fun one because there's quite a bit of them that have this Avengers Initiative background to them. Like you'll see that there's several in the set that all have that same kind of thing. But it would be fun to learn the rules and shuffle up some of the basic cards and see what it would be like to play the game. I have some people here in town that are very into Weis Schwarz, a lot of the English releases. I may have them teach me about what's good, what's bad in this. Like this is going to be one of my examples of recycled art. This was from Scarlet Witch #1 several years ago.
Well, and that's from X-Men Metal also.
They use the same one in X-Men Metal. Yes. There's a Peach Momoko card in here it's a higher end hit, but it's really amazing. So you reuse that for some of the art. But you can see where most of this looks, is brand new art to us. Nothing we've seen on cards. Not a lot of villains too. I'll say that. I've seen Carnage, Venom, Loki, Ultron was in this pack.
Right.
Party Rocket there. But it's heavily focused on the hero characters. Again, you're kind of making your decks to play against other people as opposed to like a storyline that would make villains versus heroes make sense.
Right.
But great, just common card. This is going to be a very inexpensive card to get a hold of. But if, a great looking Spider-Gwen card, something that'll be very easy to have. Another RR here. Like I said, about 1 in 4 packs. But you're hitting something bonus on it. And this is even an uncommon that has that same Avengers Initiative background on it. Party Groot.
Nice. So we got Rocket and Groot in consecutive packs for the rare.
Yeah. It's the numbers are pretty available online as to how many commons, uncommons, rares, RRs, all those different pieces that there are to it to find out what it is. There's another upgraded RR. Iron Man this time. Winter Soldier. Some interesting team card.
Huh.
We're down to our last pack of this box. And I feel like our counts on what we've hit on bonus cards have been really solid. There's just you think that just a basic rare Spider-Man, but you know how he seems to have a lot of collectors out there.
Oh yeah, first rare Spider-Man we got.
Yeah, so kind of looking back through now a box here and all this, that was rare, RR, rare, RR, rare, triple R, rare, RR, rare, RR, and rare. So again, you got about 4 RRs to a box. That's really exactly kind of where the stated odds are, and the one per box kind of hit. To make it Spider-Man, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Spider-Man on that.
Absolutely.
I do have one, and I'll pull it out here for what I hit already. I hit one of the 1 per case. I could show this as a good example here and all this, but this Drax is the MR rarity, which again is created only for this set, kind of considered like it's a 1 per case. But you'll see how it has that big Guardians foil stamp on it. It looks really, really sharp.
Oh,
really
absolutely. That's a beautiful card.
And then, because I have it right next to it, this is what the normal, and it's just a regular rare with a little bit of the patterning on it and all this. But these 2 cards are actually in the game the same card.
Huh.
It's just same text, same mechanics inside the game, but these are the 2 different versions that you could get of the same card if you were looking to play it inside the game. But really
interesting.
Nice. Really, really good looking set. Really flat cards. Really high quality. Very happy with the production value of the cards. I think that they're really impressive and a lot of fun for I think the price point.
No, these are great. It's something different. It's something new. It's something to open. There's not a lot available online right now as far as to purchase sealed Marvel product without breaking the bank. So this is really exciting for all Marvel card collectors.
Yeah, it's a great product. It really is. I do think that Weis Schwarz has a very specific production plan. When they put out sets, like they go with, they know kind of what sells. Like their primary marketplace of selling things is Amazon Japan, and I do think that the renewed interest and the extra interest that we put into it as collectors may drive this product off the market a little bit faster than others. We've seen that a lot with a lot of Marvel product recently, where it dries up pretty quickly, and and it's sold out fast and all this. So is it gone in a week? No, I don't think so. But they already had at one point in time, right after initial orders kind of hit, there was about 3 days that it was out of stock on Amazon, and they had reloaded it at that point in time. So I don't know how often that's going to happen anymore. From what I understand, for the most part, in all this, because they put out so many sets at a time in this, that you end up with coming back. Like they're going to move on to another set in 60 days. Very quickly have another product out there. They're designed to kind of turn and burn, and us Marvel collectors hogging up resources are gonna drive scarcity on this a little bit.
Okay. So, like I said, we'll make sure to put some links in the description so anybody that wants to get their hands on these can. And if anybody's in the greater Denver area, they can stop into I Want More Comics in Thornton, and when you have your boxes for sale, they can grab them there.
Yep.
So this was a lot of fun. Thank you. This isn't the first time you've been on the channel opening cards, and we always appreciate having you here. Your collection is becoming stuff of legend. So
it's fun to share the opening. I mean, it's always fun to like have that hoorah moment with friends. And that Spider-Man for sure. I absolutely know I haven't opened up one of those yet. So that's a really good card for me.
Yeah. So is there anything between that you said it was triple R and the M and the MR?
So I'm going exactly to my notes here. So we start at rare, the 1 per pack, the double R, which usually are 4 per box. Then we go SR, which I've seen a couple of those. I actually have an extra rocket on that one already. RR is a step up from that, which is what we hit here with Spider-Man. And then the top 3 are SP, AVGR, and MR. And all of those, from what I've been told, are case hits.
Okay.
So difficult for me, who wants, every card, to turn around and see that there is close to 30, 35 of those to chase down, that you'd need that many cases to get into everything. There's definitely going to be, like, I'm going to be a hunter on the secondary market. I'm going to be looking for those types of cards to fill in mine. And especially stateside, it's going to get tougher when you start talking about adding in the character collectors alongside your set collectors. It's not going to be a lot of those on the market for long.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's frustrating because for some of because that means somebody's going to be late to the party. But there always is. Somebody's going to have to pay more than they would have a month ago. But those are just the truths, and we're so accustomed to the realities of that with this hobby, and we can only hope that the people that are actually interested, because just like people interested in collecting, people that love the characters, there's going to be people that only get into this for the pure profit of it. So we can just hope that the people that are really passionate about it can get in there and get a good deal that they're comfortable with, whether it's on a box, whether it's on some cards in the secondary market. Maybe they watch this video or other videos like this. I know there's been other people opening these boxes, and they can quickly find out, if they want in or not, and then they can act accordingly and make a move.
I think we're going to see a lot of this pop up. If people have bought a lot, say like me, one of my strategies in buying a lot of the boxes also was to turn around and to look at box breaks. And it's a good opportunity where you have a lower price product that you can easily get some box breaks going on for a lot of fun, a lot of chatter into the room, and a lot of oohs and ahs. And I like that even though, like, say me, I'm chasing for that one per box hit, like that's where I'm at that level. You still have enough of the other, like those double rare packs that are going to be a lot of fun for other people to jump into and get hits on and all this. So I'm going to watch those a lot on Whatnot, on platforms that people are going to be doing that. I think it's going to be a big deal.
Awesome. Great. Well, I know you have some more of these, so hopefully we could have you back sometime to open another one.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Until next time, you can all have a very happy collecting.
Thanks, guys.